My name is Cameron Hardesty, and I'm the CEO and founder of Poppy. We're on Instagram at Your Poppy Flowers. So I wanted to show you guys the first thing that Laura ever taught me, which is a French hand-tied bouquet. And actually these flowers, like all of you, our whole world has been disrupted. And a lot of our couples who had been planning on having weddings had to change their plans. And so one of our couples actually reached out to me and asked me if I could make her a simple bridal bouquet and a boutonniere for a sort of courthouse wedding that they're doing this weekend. Is actually today. So this bouquet is going to be a bridal bouquet for one of our couples who is eloping now because their wedding plans got disrupted. So I want to show you the technique that Laura taught me. I'm sure all of you are very familiar with her. She's a legend. She's amazing. So this is the French hand-tied bouquet. So let me just walk you through the product that we have. We've got these beautiful Myra white garden roses. You can see those like fluffy petals, so pretty. And then we've got these like kind of crazy novelty carnations, and I wasn't sure about them when we first got them, but now I kind of love them. So they're like a sort of yellowy with red bicolor. We've got pink stock that is a little bit on its last leg, so I'm gonna have to be selective, but some pink stock here. And we also have this like beautiful, delicate white delphinium. On top of that, we have, now this is a little bit controversial, but we have alstroemeria, which when I first saw alstroemeria, I thought it was so beautiful and so elegant. And then I later realized it was this like kind of grocery store flower. But I want to just get back to my original feeling about alstroemeria, which is actually kind of pretty if you just look at it for what it is. No judgment. And then these gorgeous, oh my God, I love these spray roses. Look at how many blooms there are on this stem. Ooh, and how nicely they're opening. Love them. These flowers came from Ecuador, all of them. As we all know, you guys are flower people. Ecuador grows the best roses on earth. So I'm obsessed with these roses. They're absolutely beautiful. And I'd never gotten eucalyptus from Ecuador before, but they sent this eucalyptus, and it's kind of a little weird and like a little bit droopy, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna use it. So what I did is I kept it just in case I do wanna use it, but I went outside, I foraged some greens from our neighborhood, and whenever I'm like running around foraging greens, I feel like a little bandit, but I just got my shears and I clipped this bushy ivy, I clipped this, I actually don't know what this is, it's like a little shrub outside of our house. And then I think this is floral, these guys. And then again, like honestly, I have no idea what this is. I need to get better with my botany. There is a lilac bush in a park right across from us, and I snipped these from the lilac bush. The lilac is gone, but the greens are still there. So we're gonna incorporate some local greens in with these Ecuadorian flowers. So I'm gonna get started, because I've talked enough. So starting with the garden rose, I'm gonna take that in my left hand, and then I'll be placing all the other flowers with my right hand. So the first thing I'm gonna do is put in that much maligned alstroemeria to frame the garden rose, and then turn it just a quarter turn. And I always have a hard time keeping my hand light, so you'll have to watch me and make sure that I do. Of course, we want to make sure that all of the foliage is stripped. And I forgot to mention, we also have this status. So I'll pull that in and then do another turn, and then take the sometimes controversial, although I feel like they're more and more accepted, carnations, and pull the carnation in, kind of nestled in between the alstroemeria and the rose, and give it another turn. I want to put a little bit of this texture, from the stalk in. So I'm going to take this little baby guy and pull him in here, and then give it another turn. And I might just pop in one of these fun little greens. This one's a little bit short, but we'll see how he wants to be in there. Yeah, he likes it there. Okay. Pull up the rose a little. And I think it might be time for one of these spray roses to join us. So pull it in. And he's a little bit low, so I'm going to just strip him off. We don't want any foliage or laterals below our hand line. And I also want to tell you that someone who has influenced me a great deal in my design career has been the inimitable Gregor Lersch from Germany. He has this absolutely amazing nursery and garden nestled in the countryside in Bad Neuenaur, right outside of Cologne. And Laura actually introduced me to him, and I studied with him at his garden a couple times, and it was such a treat. But he taught me the importance of cleaning your stems and getting them prepared before you start designing, and I never quite do enough. So I'm glad that he's not watching, because he would definitely be correcting me. So now I'm just kind of going around in a circle here. Every time I add something, I'm making a turn. So I'm going to add this foraged laurel in as well to give it a little bit of green and contrast. And you can see I'm sort of holding that will be the bind point there. And if you've ever made one of these, you'll know that you've done it correctly when it can stand on its own once you're done. So am I going to attempt to show you guys? Probably not, because it'll fall, but I might try. Okay, so I'm just adding as I go, keeping an eye on where do I want texture, where do I want greens. I'm just nestling the status in there to give it a little bit of texture. I really do like the idea of kind of introducing local foraged greens with, well, I might save him for the end, with product from another country. I might actually go ahead and use this and see how I like it. You can always edit at the end. So I'll pull that in and keep turning and keep turning. Another spray rose. And I'm gonna add in this delphinium. So pretty, very delicate. And what else do I want? I really want to use this green, but I think it's going to be overwhelming. I think this one might be too. Typically I like to kind of finish off with the greens, and these have very woody stems, so I don't want to overwhelm the bride either when she's holding the bouquet. But I do like the height and kind of texture it's creating. So this is a very traditional way of making a bouquet. We're kicking it old school today. I know asymmetrical is all the rage, but I just feel so like comfortable when I make a bouquet like this. It's so like, I don't know, just comfortable. It feels good. So you're supposed to clean your stems and make sure that the foliage is clean below your hand line. So you don't want any foliage or laterals below your hand or in where your hand is holding. Ideally, you do all of that cleaning before you start designing. But I kind of do a little half and half. I'll clean most of it, and then kind of as I go, just do a little like rips and twists and pull off any extras that fall in. I'm gonna put some more status in for some texture. And yeah, I think this side we've got like a big block of white here that I'd like to break up. I think we could use a green, but all these greens are so hardy. I don't want to overdo it. So Maybe if we just kind of frame it here and finish it with some green, that'll do the trick. But that would be kind of the last thing that I do. So you know what I'm gonna do is drop in some of this Alstro here. So at least it's not just like one big block. And so now I'm getting close to kind of like the bottom of the barrel here with the product that I have. So I'm just gonna add in these last pieces and then see how I feel about the balance of it. Just keep kind of going like that. And then as you build, you kind of want to draw the flowers down a little bit. So I have one single garden rose left from this recipe. I'm kind of looking to see where I might want to add it in. I think we can do one down here. And then what I'm gonna do now is finish it off with a little bit of texture with the status. And then going to add my greens to frame it at the very end. Okay, so I'm gonna add a little bit of the status here. Yep, I don't know, I may pull this green out. He's like kind of aggressive, or just push him in a little bit. Yeah. Okay, so I have this like really big leafy bushy thing. And I'd like love to be able to use it, but it's a lot. So we'll see if it'll work. That kind of like gives it wings. I'm not sure if I want to do that. I'll take this guy and kind of like frame him here. Oops. Once again, did not like fully clean these leaves off. So I'm gonna pull him under and just like let him kind of live by the flowers. I have this one, lots of greens on this guy. And like maybe do a framing type of thing here. That's nice. I really like to like let the greens be integrated into the arrangement. But this little guy is gonna drive me crazy. Okay, and then I really like this cute little pretty, I don't know, whatever it is. I want him to be front and center, so I'm gonna do like a little frame here with him. He's just so cute. Oh. He's got like, oh, he's like a little bald on top. So I'm trying to see if I want to use that. But I love his little, like these little like flowering branch type things, so cute. So I'm gonna pull him in like that. And then I have this bushy ivy, but it is like wild. There's a lot going on with the bushy ivy, so I might not use it. It may be too much. I don't know. What do you think? Too much bushy ivy? So yeah, that's the bouquet. I'm probably not gonna use the bushy ivy, let's be honest. Oh, I forgot about the laurel. We have this nice laurel. It's like very delicate and sweet. So I'll finish with the laurel. I think that's a nice way to call it. So yeah, that's the bouquet. You can finish it off a few different ways. So first you want to give it a clean snip. You can use a bouquet chopper if you have it. I'm at home, so I'm just using these shears. But you want a clean snip all the way through. And if you have any like weirdo kind of like side stems like this guy, because I got him from the wild, you can just snip it off like that. And once you have it like basically snipped, I'll show you the rubber band trick. So grab the rubber band on your middle finger or forefinger, wrap it around once, pull through that first loop, pull the loop again, and then snap it, and there you go. So I'll do first this rubber band. This is like really boring, so you guys don't have to watch this part, but I'm gonna finish it off with floral tape. And give it one more chop straight across, so the stems aren't crazy long. And let's see, won't stand because let me actually tie it with twine. Maybe then it will. Oh, I got this twine from Gregor's nursery and I'm like obsessed with it. It's like my prized possession. Okay, so we'll do twine. You want to always do the twine or the rubber band at the bind point, which is where you were holding the stems in your hand. And the twine, you twist, 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 twist. And it stands. So I did a good spiral. That is how you make a hand-tied bouquet. This pretty one is going to a bride in literally like 15 minutes. I'm taking it over to her house right after this, so you saw it here first. Hope she's not watching. But if she is, Rachel, this is your bouquet. And I'm gonna make a little boutonniere for her groom, and then, yeah, her wedding's at 2 today. So you got to watch it here. Everyone, thank you so much for joining. Flower Magazine, thank you so much for having us. If you have any questions, just DM us. We're at Your Poppy Flowers. We love to hear from folks. We love to see pictures of your own designs. You can order a Poppy at Home kit with these exact flowers, actually. We just launched a product yesterday with Holly Chapel, where this recipe, she shows you how to make it into a compote. You can order it directly from our website. It's www.yourpoppy.com. You can get these flowers, actually. So hope everyone is staying safe and healthy, and I hope that you all have flowers in your home and that you are well and able to sneak out to your garden and forage some greens and blooming branches as well. So thank you so very much and have a wonderful day, and everyone stay healthy.